Have you ever left a conversation feeling like someone just sucked the life out of you? You smiled, you listened, you nodded, and then you got home and crashed, emotionally drained, mentally empty. But why does this happen, even with people you love? You were polite, you were present, you tried your best. But deep down, something felt off. It wasn't just physical tiredness. It was emotional fatigue. Like you had to be on the whole time. Like you had to earn your place in the room. And now you're wondering, is this normal? Is it me? Or is something else going on? Why does silence feel like the only true relief? Why do you rehearse everything you said for hours afterward? Why does connection sometimes feel like pressure instead of comfort? And most importantly, how can you protect your energy without isolating yourself? You're not imagining it, and you're definitely not alone. You might even start avoiding people you care about, not because you don't love them, but because your energy can't afford the cost. And that internal conflict can make you feel guilty. But guilt doesn't mean you're wrong. It means you were taught to put others first, even at your own expense. Now is your time to change that story. Why this isn't just about being introverted. Most people will say, "Oh, maybe you're just introverted." And sure, maybe you are. But it's deeper than that. This exhaustion, it's not about hating people. It is about how much of yourself you feel like you have to perform when you're around them. Do you constantly monitor your body language? Overthink every word that comes out of your mouth? Feel like you have to be on all the time just to be accepted? That's not just introversion. That's hypervigilance. And it's exhausting. You might feel the need to fill every silence, to smile even when you're tired. You might say yes to things you don't want to do just to avoid discomfort. And then you wonder why you feel like collapsing after. It's because you weren't really yourself. You were managing everyone else's emotions. That's not socializing. That's emotional labor. And doing it over and over again adds up. You're constantly scanning for how others feel. You adjust your tone, your words, your body, just to make them comfortable. You leave conversations feeling like you ran a marathon. You worry you were too much or not enough. And this emotional balancing act leaves no space for you to breathe. You're exhausted from the inside out. You've trained yourself to be palatable, likable, agreeable. But at what cost? What part of yourself do you keep leaving behind just to fit in? And how long can you keep doing that before something inside you shuts down? It might come from childhood. Yes, really. If you grew up in an environment where being yourself wasn't safe, where love had conditions, where silence meant tension, and you had to read the room like a detective, then guess what? Your nervous system learned to be on high alert. You became a people reader, a peacekeeper, a shapeshifter. And now, even casual conversations feel like performance reviews. Your brain is trying to survive something that isn't happening anymore. You learned to scan for danger and smiles, to anticipate moods before they changed, to please others just to feel safe. That coping mechanism is still active even now. Even when you're an adult. Even when the people around you mean no harm, your body still remembers. And that memory can be louder than logic. You don't just walk into a room, you assess it. You don't just listen, you calculate your response for safety. Your nervous system has never really come off guard duty. That's why conversations feel like work. That's why presence feels like pressure. You may have learned to be whoever they needed, but now, you're allowed to be who you needed. You can stop managing every second. You can unlearn the performance. And finally learn how to just be. It's not them. It's how your body reacts to connection. Even when you're with people who love you, your body might not feel safe. Not because they're bad, but because safety isn't familiar yet. So your system stays on edge. And when you finally get home, it crashes. That's why you scroll in silence, or sit in the dark, or need 3 hours alone just to feel human again. Your body is recovering from the performance, from the masks, from the smiles, from all the tiny invisible negotiations. You might think you're being dramatic. You're not. You're tired because you've been surviving socially, not connecting. There's a difference. And your nervous system knows it. That's why some people drain you more than others. It is not about them. It is about how much of yourself you have to hide to be around them. Sometimes love isn't enough if your body doesn't feel safe. Even laughter can feel heavy if it's forced. You need room to be seen, not filtered. Safety means being yourself without consequences. And that kind of safety takes time and healing. It takes rewiring your body's response to connection. It takes teaching yourself that you don't have to brace for rejection. It means finding people who don't make you shrink and letting yourself exhale fully, finally. You're not broken. Here's what to do next. The exhaustion isn't weakness. It's data. It means your nervous system needs more space, more safety, more authenticity. Try this. After social interactions, give yourself time to decompress, without guilt. Start noticing when you feel like you're performing, and gently come back to yourself. You don't need to be everything for everyone. You are enough, even when you're quiet. And the more you honor that truth, the less drained you'll feel. Build a space where you can just be, without effort. Let yourself rest before you're empty. And learn to say no, not just to others, but to the parts of you that always want to over-deliver. Give yourself permission to walk away when you feel the shift. Remind yourself that it's okay to leave a conversation unfinished. Your peace is more important than your performance. You are allowed to disappoint others in order to protect your energy. Healing begins when you prioritize your own nervous system over social expectations. Set boundaries that feel like self-respect, not punishment. Let rest be part of your rhythm, not a reward. Talk to yourself like someone you love. You don't have to earn your right to breathe. Your energy is sacred. Treat it that way. If this hit you in the chest, you're not alone. So many of us are walking around, socially burnt out but still trying to smile. Leave a comment if you've ever felt this way after being around people. And subscribe if you want more videos that feel like therapy, but free. You deserve peace, especially inside yourself. Your story matters. Your energy matters. Let this be your reminder that you don't need to carry every conversation. You can rest. You can say less. You can be seen without effort. And the right people will never make you feel like too much. They'll meet you in the silence. And you'll finally feel safe. Keep showing up for yourself. Your presence has value even in stillness. The way you care, even quietly, is powerful. You are not alone in how you feel. And it's okay to protect your softness in a loud world. There is strength in your stillness. There is wisdom in your quiet. There is beauty in your boundaries. You don't need to be louder to be heard. You just need to be true to you.